Alright, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Odyssey Racing League's Wednesday night amateur / rookie. We have a special racing for you tonight. Tonight is going to be a 90-minute race instead of our usual 45. And so we're going to have a bunch of new things going to happen in this race that are going to be a little bit different than what you're normally used to. So with that being said, let's get to going and what's going on in this race, and we're going to go through a little bit of things that are happening on the track itself. So let's see here. Let's transition to our screen here. So we are at Suzuka. It's obviously located in Suzuka, Japan. Opened in September of 1962. The fastest lap in a GT3 car was a 2:02.221 by Andy Sobchak in his Boatley in 2019 in the 10 Hours of Suzuka. It's 18 turns, 3.608 miles. That is 5.821 kilometers for the non-freedom unit folks. Some of the famous turns that you know of is 130R. It's a very fast left-handed turn. And then obviously the S's, which get through turn 1 and turn 2 there. It's going to be quite a fun race to see how this provides us with racing tonight, being a night race. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and look at some of the standings. We're going to go ahead and start off with the rookies standings here. Oops, wrong button here. So let's go rookie standings, and let's transition this bad boy over and have you take a peek at that. So our rookie standings tonight, we have David Blythe leading the standings with 121 points, followed by Cooper Tokini in his Aston Martin with 112.5, and Joe Connolly in third with 83 points. Now tonight's race is worth double points, so just keep that in mind as this race progresses on in the night. We will have to take tires. There's no way that this race is going to be able to be done on tires that you start the race with. Is that better, Manzana? Yeah, it's good to be back. Unfortunately, some family sickness that couldn't control here. Now let's look at the amateurs ranks now. So we have Adrian Vargas leading the pack here with a 92 points. He's actually tied with Cooper Samuelson with 92 points, so whoever finishes higher this race is going to win the championship. Ian Abel in P3 with 80 points. He's still within striking distance. Jack McDonald here in P4. Richard Hartnett in P5. Lorenzo's no longer in. Chris Hudson in P7, which will realistically be P6. Andreas Murillo and Chandler Beeson, followed by Tyler, our wounded warrior. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could, but let's be honest, these people aren't going to go easy on them. This is Odyssey Racing League. We go balls to the wall, straight all the way through. So, as practice is winding down, we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds roughly of practice to go, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump back into the broadcast here so you can just kind of see what's going on the track. And let me pull my ACC TV. I'm supposed to have someone else jump in with me tonight to help me, but we'll see. So currently on the top of the leaderboard here, we got Jack McDonald. He has... You know what? Let's just do this. Let's go to... Oh, what am I doing here? It's been a little while since I've actually played with this. So, yeah, he's running a 201.987, followed by Tokini with a 202.622. Yeah. So, I mean, they're pretty darn close. Then you got Andreas Murillo at the 203.270. Interesting, Richard was bragging before the race that he was getting the 201s. So, I guess we're going to need Maury Povich to prove that's a lie or if that's real or not. But, yeah, as this is ending... Let's see what Richard... Did I just hear someone bump into me here and jump in? It's Luke and Abdul. How about that? Look, we got people with us tonight, guys.
I'm a groom in the paddock.
Whatever works, Abdul, as long as you don't talk chess.
I'm not. Listen, if you want chess lessons, do not hit me up. Thank you.
I know the positions and I know where they're supposed to go, but I don't know anything else. I don't understand the concept of reaching out. So.
You guys want chess lessons? Abdul helps you. .chess.com. Free 80% discount right now.
Forza Abdul. As we watch the Chili Moose Motorsports number 66, Richard Hartnett, decide he wants to go play beach volleyball like Tyler did earlier today. Just hopefully he doesn't come out injured. Oh, yep, I forgot I had Discord turned down. Now you guys should be able to hear him. I totally forgot about that.
So who do we think was taking pole tonight?
Well, let's see. I'm just going to cheat and say Jack, just because I'm cheating. I don't know, really, honestly. Looking at the times, I mean, Richard said he got a 2:01 earlier, so I guess we'll see if he can manage to pull that out.
Yeah, I'm going to say my boy Pat Helgard somehow gets pole. I don't even care how. He's going to get it.
Just get it done.
Yes.
I mean, did you look at the standings and see what the standings were?
Listen, blind faith in my friends, okay?
I'm just saying. No, have you looked at the standings?
Oh, no, I have not.
Oh, I mean, it is insane how close they actually are.
Let me double check. I can't. How do I get the full? Oh yeah, I can switch.
So, yeah, and Samuelson are tied at 92 points. And Abel's they're in third place with 80. Now this race is worth double points, so I mean, a lot could definitely happen. And I mean, even if McDonald back there in 78, I guess it's still kind of technically striking distance.
Yeah, that could be a good time. But if he wins, then he can actually overtake and actually catch up. So can Jack McDonald if he does
So then we'll have 3 weeks off, and probably end up doing a bunch of off-season races. I'm assuming Imola will probably be one of them because it seems to be a tradition with us.
I have a quick question. I'm going to type it to you.
Okay, type away. So we're going to try something a little different here. Richard and basically Richard and Robbie Daniel did something last race where one of them was screen sharing on Discord so they can have like 2 angles going on. So we're going to hopefully try getting that going. Oh shit. Oh, excuse me. Bad language. Forgot. Not push to talk. My bad.
Anyways,
can we back that up there?
Yeah, get editor, Abdul. Gotta cut that out. Leave it.
I apologize to the audiences watching tonight. I promise you, Demler is fired. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, so you heard it here. I'm getting that for you there. Just bear with me. I thought I had it saved, but I didn't apparently. All right, so as we go out for qualifying, let's see who all's on the track here. We got Travis Verrung is on the track. Let's just go ahead and go to him and his Ferrari. He's running the old Ferrari.
Oh, interesting. I see a lot of people not running the cars anymore. So the people who have used the cars aren't using them anymore, and the people who do have the DLC are just using the new cars.
Yeah, and I guess some of it is probably due to comfort, but I switched to the Porsche at the beginning of the season because I knew I was going to jump in the new Porsche when it came out. And ironically, the new Porsche kind of feels more like the Cup car, but with more downforce and traction control.
Yeah. I don't know. I think new Porsche feels like a toned down 911. It feels like the 911 would be without its character. So that's personality as much as you can say that, right?
Yeah, because
stuff in qualifying too.
Yeah, because Luke drives a Porsche also, so a lot faster than I am.
We're both equally fast, right?
Now, Chris, I will say that the old Ferrari looks better in the back. The new Ferrari looks better up front, even with the snorkel on the roof. But the new Ferrari looks like Wally in the back. It looks awful.
Does it?
Oh, it looks terrible.
I disagree. I think it looks better, honestly.
No, so you don't need a, basically all you want to do is hit F2 until it comes to the screen that says broadcasting. If you're looking at the screen now, you go to, okay. And then I can, yep, that's all you gotta do, and then basically I'll P it, and we'll rock and roll.
Rocking and rolling, dude. How do I change my camera?
You could change your camera to, you click on any of the drivers, shift, left arrow, right arrow moves drivers. Do you have, like,
Alright, yeah, I found it.
Okay, cool. Alright, so let's see, looking at lap times here. No one's put a lap in yet. Oh, why did that zoom all the way over there like that? That's not good. No!
Suzuki is a really beautiful track when the sun's setting.
Yeah, I can never... I was playing around on the practice server before the server opened up, just to... Because I haven't ran Suzuka in a while, just to see what I could do, and... Boy, I forgot how much I disliked the track, because I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it at all. Alright. And let's see here, Luke. If you do like F2 a few times, and it'll say like blank screen.
Yeah, I have. Oh, you want me to blank?
Yeah. That way, because it's gonna be like picture in picture. Oops, I did not want to do that. I'm trying to do the pop out on here so we can get you. If you could turn off the names, that'd be cool too, but it's up to you.
Don't know how to do that. Let's see.
Alright. I'm just trying to get this lined up here.
Okay, so get a peek at the time tip. McDonald absolutely lighting up the times. Pretty good.
Yeah, you run with it for a few seconds here. I'm gonna try getting this picture in picture set up.
Yeah, got it. We just had C. Samuelson. Yeah, C. Samuelson just went over the line. He just went with a 2:21. Went fastest last sector. Currently 5/10 off in middle sector and 2/10 off in the first sector. So times look to be improving. It does not look to be improving. Spud is currently having massive amounts of oversteer through the sector 1 corners. As speaking of fastest last sector, C. Hudson has just set the fastest last sector, about 26. Very impressive from the BMW driver. You have some more times coming in. A lot of people in the 203s. Someone in the 209s. You can see a lot of baseline laps right now as the drivers love to warm up their tires and warm up their hands from a good long week rest from Zandvoort. As they now have to prepare for 90 minutes of racing, which is quite a lot. So we're going to definitely see pit stops with maybe even some tire changes if some drivers deem it fit. So we'll definitely see some interesting strategies here for Suzuka. Can't wait, really excited. Let's see what happens. We've got some more times coming into the 5s. Got some from Aguilar.
Oh, look at that, Jack McDonald on the pole there with 201.75, yeah. Look how close they are though, 3/10 off. Richard's whopping second behind him, but I don't think that's going to last. And let's see, Jack's actually in a purple lap right now. Cooper's up 5/10 on his lap.
Yeah, McDonald's actually going. He's actually improving his time right now.
Yep, and Jensen just popped into P3. Nope. I'll take that back. Darren Cook's now in P3. Look at that. We got. Looks like the battle, basically. P3 to 5 are all pretty darn close to each other. It's less than 6 tenths, well, 8 tenths combined, which on this track in the S sections could be massive difference. So, plus it's gonna be nighttime. Nighttime brings out all the craziness, and it's gonna be a long race. All right. Let's see here. Everything should be turned up volume-wise. Let's see. Properties. Okay, that's not what I wanted.
Jack McDonald currently 6 tenths up on his lap. Dude's fucking up. Dude's freaking killing it, you know?
Yep. Yep, I know.
Dude's absolutely killing it.
So we can do this. Oops.
Jack
What?
McDonald not going
Why
to
isn't
the
that
end.
showing up my Discord anymore?
Jack McDonald currently getting out of turn 13. Now down the long back straight. Currently still 6 tenths up. Still going to be a flyer of a lap from Jack. I mean, this is sometimes that even pro drivers can't do. So Jack is absolutely impressing right now. Extremely impressive time from Jack. Edges a full second up. Goes back down to about 7 tenths. You see a Porsche go off there. The Porsche of Harknet. But McDonald, not too phased by it, sets a 2-minute point 4, which is absolutely insane from the Porsche driver. That's incredible.
He's going to be up there with the speeds that the pro drivers are going to be doing.
Yeah, that is. I mean, he's a second slower than me on pace, which is pretty good, you know.
Why is this not doing what I want it to do?
Jack absolutely flyer. I don't know if anyone can match that. I know a lot of these drivers are in the low 202s. Maybe Pat, Hudson, Chris. A lot of these guys are in the 202s. Mr. Jack seems to just be absolutely flying out there. This seems unfair. He's not even going to do the rest of the quality, I think. I think he knows he has pole at this point.
Intimidating. What drivers can do that.
Why is he not racing tomorrow instead?
Well, they did it last season. We had Manzana joined up in the Pro Series the last week of the season. Who else? A couple other drivers did too that were higher end in the AM class, so they jumped up and raced at the Pro Series last race.
He's not faster than anybody we have in the Pro Series.
He's faster than a lot of drivers in the Pro Series,
Yeah.
He's faster than he's like top midfield. He's like top 7.
Why is this all of a sudden not wanting to do what I want it to do?
I don't know.
It's not being very kind, that's for sure. Because I don't know what happened to my screen. Like the picture-in-picture just kind of decided it didn't want to be normal size anymore, and I'm trying to shrink it little bit by little bit so I can get it on the screen without covering up the screen, the actual race qualifying part. And I've been doing it for like literally the last 3 minutes, and it's okay. Can I just make this into transform copy? Center horizontal, fit to screen. I don't stretch the screen, fit to screen. Let's try that. There we go. That's better. So it's got Luke's up there. There we go. Now let's get back to it. Holy crap! Now I'm looking at the times again. Man, McDonald's just booking it out there. So with a little under 4 minutes to go in qualifying, we got. Man, he is way up there, ain't he?
Not even need to do another lap time, to be honest. No one's even needing that time. I might be wrong because C. Samuelson is going a lot faster.
Yeah, he's 2 tenths up. I was going to jump to him real quick here. He's 2 tenths up, and on his time, he's still 2 tenths up. Hudson's actually 3 tenths up on his time too. So.
Currently now 3 tenths up on his time. Now he's 2 tenths. from the Ferrari driver ahead of him.
There we go.
Cutting away from a cake that is way too big for him to eat, which is that cake being Jack McDonald's.
Yeah.
By a lap time.
No, well, he's still, he's back up 3/10 up. Look at that. He's moving along pretty good. So let's just see if is he able to continue to do so.
I don't know. I've been watching Samuelson for a little bit now. He seems to not really like the first sector that much. The rear is getting really upset from it seems like his vehicle might not be set up too well on throttle, so he might be hoping
you saw
at least carry more.
Yeah, you saw that little wiggle there coming out of the corner. So
I'd like to give a special shout out to, I love him to death, but the worst livery on the grid, Chris Hudson.
Yes,
with
it's terrible.
Jeff Gordon Red Bull on a BMW livery.
No, wait, it gets better with the Honda on there too. Tyler made that for him.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, no. Chris, take the Honda off at least. Thanks.
Man, the dude's jumped pretty impressive in his time starting with us here. He's got extremely faster than what he used to be.
Yeah, Chris. I've had this conversation with other people, but Chris is a natural race driver. Whereas when he started with us in F1, it's like the first year was just full of ups and downs, and then he improved so much by season 2 that he actually was our Tier 2 season 2 champion. And then by year 3, he was challenging for wins, podium. So the rate of growth for Chris is exponential, and he, I believe, sincerely has pace to be in the Pro Series.
Whoa, Richard off the track there.
Yeah. Oh no.
Good Lord, off the track twice.
Yeah,
was it turn 8 and turn 9? Yeah, that wasn't very good going into the hairpin.
Yeah, Richard's I know using a new setup, so I think he's still trying to get used to it a little bit, but not much time left.
See that again.
Yep,
Sector 1, looking not too shabby. Let's see what happens here. Takes a lot of curb on entry. Takes a lot of curb on exit. Let's see, Richard, what did you do wrong here? I think he might have hit way too much inside curb on tunes 6. Let's see. Yeah, just a lot of downshift into really, really hard steering and probably pushed him off track. Had a nice big grand slider.
That'll do it to you. Chris Hudson's up 4/10 on his lap time as he's rounding 130R to the final chicane. This is going to obviously be his last lap because qualifying is technically finished. So all the drivers that was he able to keep that lap time? He's half a second up. He's going to steal a position from Richard, who's just hanging out there in the end. 2/10. Yep, up into P7. Yep, good for him. Good job, man. Mario's up 4/10 on his time as he's going through turn 14 to Spoon. That was not... Oh! A little wiggle room there.
So now we're at the end of qualifying. I don't know if anyone else is running currently. I think that's it, yeah. That seems to be the end of qualifying. Maybe Pat Helgett has something to respond with here. He seems to be now finishing up his lap.
Yep, and so does David Courtwright. Or Court, is that right? Courtwright? Yes, Courtwright.
Yeah, Courtwright.
That's not an English name, but I've never heard one of them before. I mean, look at the back of that Ferrari. I mean, the front looks fine. The back just looks hideous. It's like the Italians are like, party in the front and, or business in the front and party in the rear. It's like a mullet car.
Yeah, it's a very interesting color scheme from Helgett, but he seems to have slightly improved in his time. So has Pat. He only gained 1 position in qualifying. Very unfortunate for him. He was looking for a lot higher positions in this race. But so far, first place to second place is a huge gap.
Yes.
Monstrous.
And second, basically third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So basically all the way down to 10th is all within a second of each other. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good fill out there. So let's go ahead and throw us into the intermission screen here, guys, and yeah, see how that goes. But let's go over the starting lineup for tonight's race, guys. Let me get to the right screen. So, yeah, it's going to be McDonald, Samuelson, Tocchini, Dane Cook. That's Darren, I think. Yeah, Darren. But Drew Jensen, Kelly, Hudson. In 8th place, Vadik. I'm not going to even attempt to try pronouncing your last name. Richard, Andreas Murillo, Vargas Elgert. Lucia Tosi there in P13. Travis Wairung. And 14, Courtwright. 15th, Aguilar. 16th, Spud. Our favorite Starch Stewart. In 17th, David Blythe. 18th, Abel. 19th, Ian Lutscombe. In 20th, and I have no idea who this no name is here. That's really weird. Someone must have bailed out because that literally says 21 no name. And then Joe Conley in P22. So now, with it being a 90-minute race, there's going to be a lot more strategy involved tonight, I guess, than we normally have. Usually it's just splash and dash and people run right, run and do their thing.
Yeah. I was mentioning that to the viewers earlier, that tire choices might make a difference here. Just in the sense of pitting up, not pitting for tires. Could make a big change in strategy and how this race plays out.
I don't even know how much fuel this race would take.
140 liters, which is impossible to take.
In the Porsche? Okay, so at that point, do you run, basically 75, 75? Because it takes basically, if you're going to change your tires, so you might as well make use of not having a full tank of fuel.
Sure, and then put it up in half, but then you're kind of committing to the fact that you're going to have to take a set of tires in the middle of like the tire life. Like you won't be really using all of those tires to the maximum.
Yep.
As you can say.
I've noticed that it basically the tires have kind of started to fall off right about 40 minutes. Not to the point where you can't drive it, but you're losing a good, half a second a lap. So I've noticed that has been something I've noticed myself. So I guess we'll see how they actually do it in the race. So
I think for my idea, I think you just do a normal 50-minute race, like how we normally have it, and then that 40-minute extra time added on, just new tires, pit stop, fuel, and you go, That's how I was planning on doing the strategy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it too, because then you can just, let's say you unfortunately get into an incident, as long as you can get it to the point where you can stretch it enough fuel to make it to the end, kind of a thing. So.
Yeah. But the thing is, pit stops here are going to be a really big thing, because if you get into any sort of traffic, it's going to be hitting your chances. So I think going long is the best strategy right now. Heck, maybe some people might even just put on brake pad number 2. Max out their fuel load and just pit at the last possible moment.
Oh, that's something I didn't even think about. Because with the new update, they changed the brakes too. The pads won't last all hour and a half.
No, it's gonna last. I think it lasts like
a
little bit.
Let's take a look at our beautiful liveries here. We've got the starting lineup going here. So we got again Jack McDonald. Now I got the hiccups. Jack McDonald on the pole in his Porsche. Cooper Samuelson in P2 in his BMW. Tocchini in the Aston Martin. Darren Cook in another BMW. Drew Jensen in his Golf-inspired McLaren with the roses on the hood. It's unique. It's nice. Dustin Kelly also in a black carbon McLaren. Cooper Hudson BMW. Vadik in his Rum Bum Racing Porsche. Actually, I quite like that livery. That's pretty sweet. Richard Hartnett also in the new Porsche. Andreas Murillo in the Porsche. Adrian Vargas in the old Ferrari. Pat Helgart in the new Porsche. Signora Tosi in the Aston Martin. Travis in the Ferrari, which is the old Ferrari, and now we're into the new Ferrari with Eduardo Aguilar in the new Ferrari. Spud Stewart in his Porsche, he's running the old 991. David Blythe in the Audi. Ian Luscombe, BMW, and 19th we have Joe Connolly in the Porsche. So that is our starting lineup for tonight. Can you possibly turn up your microphone?
Me?
Yeah, I bumped up.
I'll just talk louder.
Okay, I say
I'm talking a bit quiet.
yeah, I bumped up on OBS Discord to 150%. So
Yeah, I'll just talk louder. Well, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting race. I mean, we have some fast drivers up in here in the front. We have some interesting drivers who might have not had much of a good qualifying, but they definitely have race pace to shout. You know, like Halgert, Tossi. I'm pretty sure Harknett has really good race pace as well as Hudson. So maybe these drivers might come back later on in the race. You know, it's a 90-minute race. There's no possibilities for drivers to express themselves with the fact that they might take care of the tires better, they might do better fuel saving. You know, there's a lot more personality to this race than the other sprint races that we've done.
let's see. How do you do the poll? Does anybody know how to do the poll in the chat? Or am I?
You can ask Abdul.
Is he still in here with us? Abdul! Guess not. Alright. Well, I guess, chat, who's winning this race? What do you think?
My money's on, I think Jack's gonna make a mistake. I've seen some of his races as well. I've seen him make mistakes. And the Porsche is quite unforgiving if you do make a mistake. So I think maybe someone in the BMW might take a win here tonight. Very stable car, very, very predictable, you know? Something really good for a long race in. So my money's on, actually D. Cook.
D. Cook. Interesting. I'm kind of happy to see Tokini up there. I'm kind of with you on that one. I think there's nothing against Jack McDonald. I mean, he's blazing fast. We'll see, obviously, who makes it through turn one. But I just, you know what? I'm gonna go off the rails here just because he's got my favorite number, old Vadik. I'm gonna go with number 13, Vadik.
13 Vadik. Sounds good.
Just because that's new guy.
I put money on Cook as well because he's the only one dragging his brakes to heat up his tires as well. So my money's on him because he has knowledge.
You got to take care of these tires, especially when they're cold. They don't. I was reading on Reddit about how apparently graining and all this other crap that's happening now with the new upgrade, which I actually quite like. It makes it more realistic. So. Yeah. Eric, look, if I were racing tomorrow, which I'm not, there's no way in the world I would do that.
Obviously. I'm gonna hop on with D. Cook here for the start. I mean, you can hop on with somebody else as well.
Bear with me here.
Okay, so drivers now starting to come towards the line. We should have about 20-15 more seconds of them lining up, and then we should be green for going.
F2 until you get to a blank. F2 until you get blanked. Until it's blank. There you go. Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
So I got. I'm gonna have it on Jack here up the front. He has it. Who do you said you have it on?
And light should be going out about now. We're green. Going.
All right. So as we head down into turn one, heavy braking also while in turning. So it looks like he has made it through there. We're gonna kind of trip back just a little bit here to see how everybody's making it through. It looks so far looks clean. We do have some movers. Andreas Murillo's made up a space. Dustin Kelly's made up a spot. Andreas Murillo's. Oh, as I say that, Andreas is around. Turn 4 in the S's. Not good.
Yeah, Cook as well also had a moment there on one of the curbs. Actually, dipped his front tire and just lost the car. I mean, these are really cool tires, and these drivers are really pushing a little bit too hard.
All right.
Harknett's attacking Jensen right now in the McLaren.
All right, Harknett. Let's go to Harknett here. There's just something classic about that Gulf livery. I just can't get over it.
Oh yeah, very classic. Pat Helga also punching above his weight right now, getting nice and close to the back of the other McLaren. He's fighting, so we're seeing a lot of Porsche and McLaren action right now at the moment.
Yeah,
Nice
we're sticking with Richard because Richard's all over the backside of Drew. 0.2 of a second off and 0.1 of a second. He's side by side now, heading into turn 13, Spoon Corner. He did duck behind. He's still behind him here as they go through Spoon. Let's see if he's going to get a run on him into 130R. Let's see. No, it does not look like he's going to have enough there to get beside him. Lost a little bit of time. He took two. Ooh, got a lot of curb there, but he was able to hold on to it. Good job for him. Jack's not pulling away as much as with his times that he was running. He's only got a second lead on Cooper Tokini here. I wonder if Mrs. Tokini is going to be here, show up tonight.
Yeah, Blythe was sent into the back of a Porsche driver just now. Out of the exit of the last corner, he dips the tire into the dirt, having a terrible race so far.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go drop back. We're gonna go look at Adrian Vargas here. He's actually got Spud Stewart all over the backside of him here. Spud's. Let's see. Let's look at this. Who made up what spots here? Spud's made up 7 spots from the start of the race. Our biggest mover so far. And Tokini's keeping it within an earshot of Cooper. Not Cooper, but Jack. He's only a little under a second behind him. The two Coopers are going to be battling it out for P2 here in a second. Cooper, Samuelson, and Tokini. So basically it's 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. But they're slightly pulling a slight gap over Vadik there in P4. But it looks like Dustin and Spud here, along with Chris, it's all over the backside of him. And I don't know if Spud's holding everybody up or... Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Good evening, Daniel.
I mean, yes, Stewart's currently holding up a big line of cars right now. Kelly's trying to get past him as Kelly dips the tire into the dirt.
Yeah, Kelly goes actually off the track and Spoon, yeah.
Yeah, goes wide again. Kelly just absolutely trying to be careful on running the track. Very close from Kelly right now.
Yeah, that was a little brave. Glad no one got collected in it. I'm actually, hey, I mean, other than that lap 1 incident, that's pretty impressive. I haven't had really any issues there.
Yeah, definitely. Kelly doing a really good job of avoiding the cars around them, but also allowed Pat Hudson to come on to the back of Stewart, who they're now going to have to overtake.
I like how they call that the final corner the last curve.
That's true.
That's funny.
Absolutely beautiful. Helping out with Pat Helgett so far, having a great race. I mean, gained multiple positions. I mean, I believe he's gained 3 positions so far, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. You said Pat?
Yeah, Pat.
He's actually only up 1 position.
Really?
Started
okay.
P12, yeah. Spud's still up 7. Vadik's up 4. Cook and Jensen's lost a spot, and Samuelson's lost 1 spot, so...
Yeah, we might want to hop on with Steve Hudson. Hey, he's going to try to be making a move on Stewart very soon. Stewart very uneasy through the S's at the corners right now.
Yes. Richard's all over the backside and going into turn 9, all over Darren Cook. All over him. 3/10.
Crazy.
We'll see what this Ferrari. McLaren can actually do. It used to be really good at high-speed corners. Boy, I got hiccups. It does seem like he's able to stretch his legs a little bit on Richard in those faster corners.
Definitely. He's definitely pushing a little bit hard.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's only an hour and a half long race, but you have to understand that it's still a lot, twice as long as we normally run. So you do have some time to sit back a little bit. Why did Cooper Tokini? It showed up. They had white flags, so it's interesting. A slow car ahead. I don't know why, but both the Coopers actually went off the track there around turn 15 and 130R. Yeah, Hudson and Stewart and Helgert are all battling. You're right. Spud's holding up that line. We got a yellow flag. Helgert is off the track. That's middle of the pack is actually quite tight, but as I'm saying that, Hudson takes a dive into turn 1, makes the pass on Spud. Let's see what times he's able to run after this. He's his best lap was a 2:04.5. His last lap was a 2:06.3, which was actually 0.3 faster than Spud himself. So interesting to see. We're 3 laps in, and the fastest lap of the race right now is Tokini at 2:02.295. Jack definitely had his quali setup nailed down, that's for sure. Oh, car number 24. Got a drive-through.
Guys, I might have to BRB here.
Okay, that's fine. Looks like I don't. Did Dustin actually have a drive-through or not? I'm not quite sure, but it looks like he does still showing he has a drive-through penalty. He's battling his way back up into the field here. He's all over David Blythe going into the hairpin turn 11. But this middle of the field is just insane how close they are together. As I say that, Dustin's looked like he was trying to make it a pass there. Now he's going to Spoon. He's on the inside line. It looks like he's going to be able to make the pass. David Blythe takes a little bit wider a line, but does look like Dustin has taken that position, but he has a drive-through penalty, which he's going to have to serve within 3 laps, or he'll be DQ'd from the race. So the front of the pack is kind of still tight. Not really that tight, though. It's 1.3 seconds from P1 to 2 and another 1.2 to P2 to 3. So, and then they stretched their legs up here against Vadik, who's 6 seconds behind them. And he's got a group of cars behind him. Darren Cook, Jensen, and Richard Hartnett all within basically a second of him. So he's going to be feeling the pressure in that 991 Porsche very soon. A lot of mirror watching, I would assume, is going to be happening with him.
Did Luke leave?
I think he said he's going to be right back, so he might have end up having something happen, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, no worries.
For those you don't know, that is Forza Abdul, one of the co-founders of Odyssey Racing League, with us here, taking time away from his chess tournaments to help out.
Hey everybody, yes, it's the only one and only Forza Abdul. Happy to be here and help Demler commentate. Luke has disappeared on us, but he will be back shortly.
For those who remember when we were on the other streaming platform, you were like Oprah Winfrey of passing out, what do you call those things? What were they called?
The gifted subs.
Yeah.
We had 97 before we decided to go to YouTube, so never got to the 100. Unfortunately.
It's like every race I did, it's like, Forza, gifted a sub, gifted a sub, gifted a sub. You get a sub, you get a sub, everybody gets a sub.
Some people got multiple subs.
I didn't get one. Thanks.
Sorry.
Nah, it's alright.
You stopped too quickly, that's why, you know.
Well, I never was actually on YouTube, or not YouTube, but the other one to actually type. I was just on here, so.
Oh yeah, makes sense. How do you pronounce the guy in second place's last name?
Tokini.
Tokini. He's doing a good job saying that.
Yeah. His missus usually shows up and watches races, so I don't know if she's in here tonight or not. So.
Well, Mrs. Tokini, your husband's doing a good job so far.
As I say that, Darren Cook actually goes off the track and eats the wall. He's perpendicular to the wall, not in a really good spot. Is he going to be able to get back onto the track safely? Does look like he is eventually, but that is going to kill him position-wise. That is turn 5. Not a good job on his
Just-
part there.
I know people would like to snap in those S's more, but no matter what type of car, whether it's Formula One or ACC or whatever it is, those S's are dangerous. It's sometimes better just to survive through them rather than try to gain time.
The one thing I do miss about the BMW is being able to use the engine RPMs to help you get more rotation in corners. So basically, I was running up against the red line when I was in the BMW there, which helped immensely through the S's.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know the BMW actually did that.
That, I think it was Snetterton, the one that's got that long right-handed turn before you have that chicane at the end. I think it's Snetterton. That was another one you could, I think it was second gear, you just basically pin it off the red line there. It's much better than being in third for me.
Yeah, see, the Bentley didn't do things like that, so I really just tried to get it through the turn.
Well, I mean,
the ability of the Bentley.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for driving HMS Titanic.
Yes, very true.
Let's,
He's not that, he's just body, whatever you call it.
big boned.
The big bond, exactly.
This battle for P4 is heating up, though. We got Vadek, Richard, and Drew Jensen all battling it up and look about a second apart. Richard's losing time in those that final turn after 130R, that chicane. He's losing time there.
Right over it, and it unbalances the car, and it takes him like half a second, and then like by the time he gets onto the straight, he's not close enough.
He catches him in the S's, and he loses them after the hairpin, where the McLaren just has that great high-speed cornering ability.
Right.
But
He needs to sort of concede that he's going to lose time in the final chicane and just take it easy, you know? He's taking it too aggressively for the car just unsettles itself, fortunately.
Alright. It does look like Dustin has served his drive-through penalty here. Oof. The only person that's actually done their pit stop right now is Travis, but I don't think that was him doing a pit stop to do a pit stop. I think that was more of him doing a pit stop because he had damage. It looks like Tosi's got a 10 seconds, and Joe Conley's got a 5-second penalty also. I mean, inch by inch, Jack McDonald's just creeping away. Oh, we have an issue here with Drew Jensen losing a spot to Richard here. He had some issues in the spoon, and now going into 130R, Richard has passed him there, so let's see if Richard's able to hold him off into the chicane. I don't know what's going on with Drew here, because it seemed like he was going a lot slower than he should have. I think Richard must have heard you, because he did not take as much curb that time around.
Yep. I mean, it's the only issue was he literally flying over the curb, so.
I'm sure Vodic's loving it when he watches his mirror and seeing that the guy's battling behind him, because it's obviously going to slow them down compared to staying with it. I can't remember what race it was earlier this season, but I think it was Robbie or somebody. I was like, I'm not racing you, let's just catch the guys in front.
Yep.
Like, once we catch the guys in front of us, then I'll race you, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is a sweet livery, though. Rum Bum. Is that a stock livery in the game? I think it is.
The one that Vedic has?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No? That's really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, Rum, nope. Don't think so.
Ooh, got a little more curve than he wanted there. Let's see if Richard's catching Vodek now. He's getting closer and closer. So Vodek has done basically put on a clinic of defense this race so far, keeping cars behind him. Knows how to make that Porsche wide.
Oh yeah.
All right. He's gotten himself within 7/10 of a second now. So Drew says run bonus from IMSA. Richard goes way wide there in 130R. What do you? I don't know. Can you get a track cut there?
I actually don't know.
I don't either. I mean, I'm assuming you'd probably have to go extremely wide to get a track cut there.
Yeah.
And there, Richard must not be listening again. Because now Richard's got Drew all over the backside of him, so now he's going to not only think about defending and attacking at the same time. He is the cream filling in a Oreo cookie. The centerpiece to the Eiffel Tower. He's getting spit roasted.
That.
Man, like, let's just look at it. Okay, all right, he's going into turn 8 now. He made the pass into turn 8. Like, where did that speed come from? And he's fishtailing out of turn 9 Dinger corner. He has allowed Vodek to get side by side with him again, but Vodek just does not have the fearlessness, I guess I would have put it here, for the battle.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how much these times actually fall off here in the next about 20 minutes or so. Especially these guys battling it out right here. So we got Richard, Vodek, Drew, Adrian, all battling it out for the P4 position here. It's gonna be interesting. But it does look like Richard is going to pull a little bit of a gap here on him. Wrong car, there we go. Sorry guys, I was trying to go to Richard to see how he's doing on these curves here. Let's go to Drew. And we're going to go to the onboard camera just to see what it's like for a lap around Suzuka. So we see how Drew is battling with Vodek here for P5. Yeah, you can definitely see where Vodek is a lot slower than Drew here in the SS. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer there by Drew. Just looking at his steering inputs, it looks like he's actually had to put a lot more steering input than he probably wants to put into the car, especially through the S's. But he looks like he's going to try to dive in on the inside into the hairpin, turn 11. Did not make it the pass, but he is all over the backside of Vodek, going through 200R into Spoon coming up. This would be a good corner for him if he can get some overlap and side by side. He's not going to take the dive. He's not going to pull a dive bomb on the situation here, but 130R and turn 17, 18 might be where he's got it because he is within striking distance, 0.4 of a second behind. That Porsche was able to get a lot of traction off the corner and kept that gap the same, so he's not quite catching up to him. Now he's 1/10 down. Oh my. And into the chicane they go. Boy, I mean, I gotta say, Vodek does a pretty darn good job of defending. And considering the fact that he's not only defending, but he's keeping pace too while he's doing it, it's pretty decent on his side. I'll definitely look it up after the race there, Drew. Thanks for the advice. Let's go back to this here. I want to see. I want to see where we are real quick here. So as of right now, unless Vargas can get going, it does look like Cooper Samuelson's going to be having the lead right now. Oh, we got some contact going into the hairpin, but it doesn't look like Drew has actually made it stick a little bit. He is still overlapped. They're side by side bumping doors going through turn 12, 200R. That has opened the door for Adrian Vargas. Jensen's off the track, dips his tires into the dirt, allows Vargas to get beside him. And Vargas has made this work 2 times. He's got 2 positions from one little mistake. The 2 drivers banging doors with each other. As I was bringing up about Vargas needing to kind of get going with Cooper Samuelson now technically leading the championship for the amateur series. They're going to be pretty darn close here. They're only 2 spots away from each other. As the rookie series goes, with Tokini being in P2 and Blythe down there in P15. They'd be, what, 1, 2, 3, 4th. So Blythe will be finishing in P5 in his class versus Tokini getting the win. That's 9.5 points difference, or 8.5 points difference for them. It's going to be quite a tight finish here at the end for these two. Richard's got a battle on his hands of trying to catch up to Samuelson. He's got 16.5 second gap between them, but we're going to stick here with this battling going on here in the middle of the pack here between Vodek, Jensen, and Hudson now coming into the fray for position here. But we got Blythe's got a battle on his hands too with Joe Connolly. They both have made a pass. Lucia, who I believe is in the pits as we speak. Yes, she is. So there you go. Blythe has moved up a spot, but not a spot in the AM class. So there's 2 different point scalings going on tonight, guys. There's going to be the amateur class and the rookie class. So yeah, with the rookie class going on for Blythe, he would be technically in the 5th position, and he gets taken out. Joe Conley bumping into the driver's side rear quarter panel. That has allowed Ian Lutzcombe say, you know, bye guys.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're going to take a peek up here at Jack McDonald just for a few seconds. Poor guy hasn't gotten any track TV time at all in the qualifying because, well, he's kind of out there doing his thing. 3.5 seconds, 3.7 seconds ahead of Cooper there in P2. Oh. Looks like he's able to run his race that he wants to run, so that's going good for him. We got Richard another 16 seconds behind P3. And Vargas is only 4 seconds behind Richard here. Again, with an hour and 5 minutes to go, that's a lot of time for them to make up. It does look like Joe Connolly has received a 5-second penalty for the, well, yeah. You saw it. We were live on camera when that happened.
As the young kids would say, caught in 4K.
1440p. We're in 1080p. I still remember. I mean, I'm only 38, but when all the HD stuff started coming out, but nothing was in HD yet. So you had your flat screen TVs in like 2008, 9 and stuff, and there was not much HD content out there, but you had to pay through the nose to get it.
I just want to preface this by saying I never did this, so don't hold me legally responsible. But I used to frequent LimeWire, and you were looking.
You did what now? Say that again. You did frequent what?
This is a fictional story. This actually never happened, but as a young kid, I used to frequent LimeWire quite a bit.
Oh, LimeWire, yes, the thing that gives your computer AIDS.
Yes. Again, fake story. Don't hold me accountable.
Yeah, all the crap that I downloaded when I was younger, I'm surprised I never got those nice letters from the government yet.
Yeah. Eventually, Verizon started sending them out to their customers.
Oh, do they really?
Like, you're visiting LimeWire, please don't.
Who, me? Not me. The worst part is I never ran like a VPN or anything like that. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Easy there, Paul. I'm not old. Although I could barely walk when it gets cold, yes, but that's due to injuries. 2 knees and legs and 2 neck surgeries and stuff like that. Give me a break. I'm not an organ donor, and there's a reason why, because I don't plan on any of my organs being worthwhile when my time comes.
This week in Morbid Curiosity in Nemler, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, man. It always kind of freaks me out a little bit over a donation.
I don't know. I mean, if people won't do it, I guess I don't really see what the issue is.
I just don't have... I mean, I've told my wife, like, look, if I'm on the plug, and I'm not going to live, they pull the plug off, and there's, like, no chance of me living, like, go ahead, donate me,
Yeah.
But I don't want them to know beforehand. that is so, like you said, morbid.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, this is a long race, huh? I just realized that.
You didn't realize we're doing a 90-minute race?
No, this is new to me. I thought we were doing 40.
Oh, wow. Where are you at?
What, like, at home?
Yeah, like, where do you live? What part of the country?
Oh, DC.
Oh, okay. Oh, you poor bastard.
Yeah, it's already 10 o'clock.
Is it really? I'm in the East Coast, too. Jesus, it is.
Yeah. So I got an hour left.
Just imagine, Richard did the 8 hours last week of, was it 8 hours or 6 hours of Nürburgring? 8 hours, wasn't it? And he did the broadcasting for the whole thing. I just, oof. I have no idea. I'm scared of my wife too much to do full 8 hours like that. She'd have me dead.
I will be back in 2 minutes.
See, Alejandro knows. He says in the chat. Haha, LimeWire, that was decades, I remember. Oh yeah. I know who that is, and I can't think of their name. Senior Sim Racer. Gosh, it's not Buckley. It's not gonna come to me. I can't remember what his name is now. I feel like an idiot. David Blythe. There we go. Yeah, David, that was a pretty hefty punt that you had there. Pat McAfee would have been pretty happy with that one. Yep, I recognize the picture. I just couldn't think of your name off the top of my head. Brain doesn't work very well right now. But when does it ever really work well? Unless I'm trying to engineer something put together. Look at Pat Hogart up there in P10. Wait a second, Blythe. I just realized this. So you were probably going to I mean, David, I'm not trying to be rude or anything here, by the way. I mean, if the standings stay the same, Tokini's most likely going to take the championship in the AM class? Or rookie class, excuse me? Do you want me to do a commentator's curse? Just asking. So, I'm just interested in this Vargas Samuelson battle here. You know, Vargas can get past Harknett and they can catch up to P3. Yeah. Oh, yeah, David, I know. The arthritis in my hands when I did that Bathurst race. Like, I had to start shifting with my index finger and my pinky because my right hand was tight, so tight. Oh, as I say that, we have Conley going a little wide into Spoon Corner there, turn 14. Last night during one of my races, I actually had an issue that I've never had before. My left hip, my braking leg, was really bothering me when on heavy braking at Spa. So basically at the end of Kemmel Straight and then the bus stop, like I had to position myself to where like I basically only use like a half of my foot to do the braking. It was really awkward. I don't know what the heck it was. I mean, technically I could be your dad, Paul. I mean, I'd be a young dad. Same with you. Technically, Manzana, I could be your daddy too. Call me daddy, boy. All right, let's go ahead back and look at Vargas here. He's 6 seconds behind Richard, but he's got Vodek within a second and a half, and Drew Jensen and Hudson. Hey. Leave us old men alone, man. Just wait till you start having ear hair growing out of your ears. Most uncomfortable thing you'll ever see in your entire life. I mean, so being 38, David, I was growing up when, I'm trying to think, it was middle school when, like, what was the company that used to have the cow boxes for computers? I could see it, I just can't think of the name, but the box was colored like a cow. But my good friends ended up getting one, and it was like the coolest thing in the world. Everybody always was over at his house playing on the computer. And, God, that was a lot of weird crap was going on. Again, this is a funny story that is totally fictional, not just like Forza's, Abdul's story. It's completely fictional. It didn't happen, just in the movies. But scanners just started coming around and copying dollar bills and stuff, and trying to see if they'd work in vending machines. Didn't work, but yeah. Commodore 64. Yo! Look who it is. It's Robert Logan. I mean, McDonald is literally pulling out maybe 1/100th of a second a lap away from Tocchini there in P2. So, and not to make matters worse, Robert, as unfortunately he got tagged pretty hard, taken out a couple minutes ago. You missed it. If you back up the stream, you'll see it because I was actually watching it when it happened. So, sorry I ruined your race. Yes, it was Gateway. That's right. I mean, in all reality, yes, he is going to most likely lose P1, barring, I mean, I guess, I don't know what P5 gets for points. I haven't paid that much attention, so. With double points in this race, he would need Tocchini to basically bow out, I think, at this point, to retain the position. And I don't know if Tocchini knows that. I don't know if Mrs. Tocchini's in here or not. try to relay the message to her so she can tell him, be his crew chief, and say, hey, don't quit the race. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. That'll be enough. Hey, you want to jump in here? I'm in the comm booth. You can jump in with me, Robert. Let's see here. Yeah, this Drew Jensen battle is heating up here between him and Chris Hudson. So car number 24 gets a 5-second penalty, so that's Kelly getting another penalty there. Connolly's got 15 seconds. Helgert's got 15 seconds. That 15 seconds for Helgert will probably bump him down to basically 14th position. All right, good luck. I've never played that, so I don't really know it. But good luck. Kick someone's backside. All right, so let's just do a quick rundown of our top 10 here. So we got McDonald, Tokini, Samuelson, Harknett, Vargas, Jensen, Chris Hudson, Vadik, Andreas Murillo, and Pat Helgert bringing up our top 10 here in this race. We're just about halfway through, just a little over half or under halfway through. All right. Looks like Eduardo has made up a decision on Darren Cook, and he took his pit stop here. But as you can see, basically the only drivers that have taken a pit stop so far in this race is Tosi and Verón. Verón was very early on, like 5 laps in. So we're 18 laps into the race. I'm assuming that had to be a damage issued pit stop, because even at that point, there's not going to be enough fuel to finish and stretch it out to the rest of the race. So. Same probably for Tosi. What lap did she? I don't know what lap she actually boxed on. So, but we will probably start seeing a dive of cars coming into the pits here soon, due to the fact that tires might be falling off about being halfway through the race, kind of thing. Let's see who went cheap on the pit stops here. But let's see. This is pretty much our tightest battle, except for Dustin Kelly here and Ian Lutzcombe. As I go to this battle, Ian Lutzcombe has, Dustin has taken a little foray off the track there and has lost his 1/10 of a second difference between the two here. Let's see, Richard is kind of just off in no man's land by himself. He is 21 seconds behind P3. He's got a pretty healthy gap of 6.5 seconds behind him here. So just chug it away, Richard. You never know. Someone could eat a little more curb than they want to. I love the night races here at Suzuka. The Ferris wheel, it's pretty nice scenery. I think we ran the night race at Watkins Glen last season, and it's just kind of there's a racetrack. There's nothing there. Oh, Drew took a lot of curb there into turn 9, excuse me. Really upset the car, and that's allowed Christopher Hudson to creep right up onto the backside of his bumper, which now we got Vargas, Jensen, and Hudson battling it out here. Okay, so as we are rounding under 49 minutes left in this race, we're taking on this battle. This has pretty much been the cost to a lot of the action so far. Ian Lutzcombe had a yellow flag. I don't... Oh, he just was getting lapped, and they made it... No, it wasn't getting lapped. Alright. He must have actually went off the track, which caused the yellow flag to show up on the map here for him. So we're going to go back up here to Drew Jensen. Battling it out for the P5, 6, and 7 position between him, Hudson, and Vargas here. Alright. Looks to me as if he's doing a little bit of mirror driving at the moment. That's what I like about these, this and the BMW, how they got the actual camera down there in the bottom. So when you do an inside the car view like this, you can actually, you know, witness what's actually going on behind him when his fat hand is not in the way. But it looks as if Christopher is trying his gosh darn hardest to get around him. Man, I forgot how quiet that BMW actually is compared to, like, the McLaren just screams at you the whole time. Just screams at you. Looks like Spud has lost positions because he is in the pits. So it does look like we're starting to see some guys jump. I shouldn't say guys because not all of them are guys. We do have some females running with us. And some animals like Richard Harknett. But Spud is in the pits taking his pit stop now. Ooh, do we have a little battle happening here? We do for a podium position. Cooper Samuelson and Tokini. Tokini has lost his gap to Samuelson. And Samuelson is all over the back of his position trying to get that P2 position where he started at. Technically, this is for the overall P2 position. Samuelson is in P2 here regardless of what happens right here because in class he's P2. But overall P2 podium position for the Battle of the Coopers. And as I do that, it looks like I have given him a little bit of a commentator's curse, but he has been able to keep it within that 1 second. Vargas has got a white flag. Vargas is off the track. Not good. Vargas has lost 1, 2 positions. He's still Adrian Vargas Mowing Company at Suzuka. He's going to lose a 3rd position to Vadik. Good for him, though. He didn't come onto the track when the car wasn't settled, it possibly spinning out and causing more of an issue. So good for him. Doing that, the right thing to do. Bad for him that he lost all those positions. Sucks. We're going to jump back up here to Tokini battle, the Battle of Coopers here for the P2 position. They are within 7/10 of a second, 4/10 now. This looks like a BMW has got a nice tow, getting a nice tow from the Aston Martin. Not going to be close enough. Doesn't look like. Oh, he's going to dive for the position into the final chicane. Not on the right side of that dive because that left-handed turn. But it doesn't matter. Our wonderful Cooper Samuelson has taken the P2 position because Tokini has decided to take a pit stop. He robbed us of a battle for the P2 position. But we shall continue. I'm wondering here how long he's going to be in the pit stop here, so let's see. Oh, okay. I wish we could actually see the pictures. That'd be so much nicer. It looks like he's doing tires too, which is smart. I mean, you'd be in a hell of a predicament at the end here. So we got yellow flag because Eduardo is actually leaving his pit stall here. Pit stop has cost Tocchini 8 positions. So it looks like he has a total time in the pit lane of basically 1 minute and 8 seconds. So gives you an idea how much time you're going to lose. So basically a half a lap you lose here if you're doing fuel and tires. I don't know if he had damage or not, but it says that he did a 37 seconds in the pits and 31.7 second pit stop. So that to me says that basically he just did tires and fuel. So because it's 30 seconds to do tires here, so in the game. But I digress. We're going to jump back here to Adrian Vargas, and he is battling for his position with Vadik and Pat Helgert. Shoot, Helgert's up there in P8. Let's see. Richards moved up 6 spots so far. Our unfortunate biggest loser of the race so far has been Darren Cook, who started in P4. I'm interested to see what Cooper's times are going to be, or Tocchini's times, excuse me, are going to be since he did his pit stop. So, according to this, his well, you know what? We're just going to kind of leave it at that right there. Trying to find live timing, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. We can put this on the screen here and make it look a little better so you guys can actually see what he's doing for his lap times comparative to what he did last lap. Sorry guys, I had to get that nice and pretty for you guys so you can see what's going on here. Because it's going to be quite interesting to see what he does now. Wait. Why is Tocchini back in the pits? Am I missing something here? Did he not add fuel? Does anybody know what's going on? Oh, he had to stop go 30. Oh no, he was speeding in the pits. Oh, that was an overall podium right there, probably gone. And see, this is why you continue to run, especially in the, compared to our 45-minute races, these hour-and-a-half long races. This is why you continue to run. I mean, things like that can happen. And for Cooper, who currently is sitting on the fastest lap of the race, to basically throw it away. I mean, barring him not finishing the race, he's going to win the championship, the M class or the rookie class. So, yep, I see that. That's tough. I mean, it's not. I mean, I feel awful for him. I really do. And he's back on the track. I really wish there was a way that you could, say you had a penalty, a 15-second or whatever, or a stop and go, that you could still serve your stop and go, or stop and go 30, and then take more fuel if you wanted to, kind of a thing. Oh man, I'm absolutely gutted for him right now because it was just awful that that happened to him. But you break the rules, you get the penalty. Yeah, so Samuelson, the other Cooper, has actually did his pit stop now, and he spent a total of 67.6 seconds into the pit lane from entering and exiting the pit. So, like I said, you lose about 1 minute and 8 seconds, roughly. The we only got what 6 cars that have not pitted yet. So Murillo, Kelly, Vadik, Vargas, Harknett, and McDonald. McDonald's now sitting on a 43-second lead. Put it this way, if McDonald were to pit now and just do tires and fuel, he'd come out in P2. Or pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. Worst case, he'd be P3. Wow. With him being up that far ahead, it's almost be worth for him to just take his time, but he's actually getting ready to who's that McLaren there? Is that Dustin Kelly? So he's lapping P7 right now. That's how much he is moving along here, because he just got past Drew Jensen there in the not with Jensen's in P9, excuse me. But the next guy ahead is going to be Christopher Hudson in the P8 position to be lapped. So, yes, Jack McDonald is moving. Good race for him. Very good race for him. Let's see here. And again, so Samuelson and Vargas are battling out for the M Series championship. They're tied in points. So just a reminder, they're both at 92 points. So Vargas is in P2 right now, and Samuelson is in P5. So right now, Vargas is going to be holding the lead. But again, let's preface this by saying Samuelson has already boxed so far. Vargas has not. Vargas is currently 17. Let's round that up. 24. So he's about 35 seconds ahead of. Oh wait, no, excuse me, I'm wrong. Sorry, Vargas is only basically 24 seconds ahead of him. So when Vargas, unless he somehow pulls out a massive gap, Vargas will be behind him out of the box. Now anything can happen. Again, take too much curb, get dive bombed. This is why you continue to run the race. I hate to say this because I actually did it in my last race. I can't remember. It was Bathurst. I actually backed out early. I've always been a big proponent of just finishing the race. Seat time. But, you know, you don't get better when you quit. You get better by continuing to do it and practicing. So, you know, might as well stay out there and get your lap times in and seat time down. Basically, that's how I'm not fast by any means. I can get the 202s in Bathurst and tip my toes into it, but you know, that's one of my stronger tracks. And I was running like 212s, I think, 212, 213s when I first got on it, and I absolutely hated it. Hated that track, and decided that I wasn't going to allow that track to defeat me, and just kept putting time and running public lobbies on it and running against the computer until I started getting the intricacies of the track down. So that's why you continue to run. So Dustin has jumped into pits. Is that correct? Is Dustin in the pits? No, he's not. Why is it showing that he did a pit stop? It does look like Murillo is in the pits. Where did we go here? So Andreas is in the pits in his Porsche. And Vargas is up here in P1 with McDonald in P2, who has done his pit stop. So yeah, we are going to see how much. Look at this. So this is how much of a lead McDonald had in the race. McDonald's only 3 seconds behind him. well, 2.73 seconds now behind Vargas. So not that second Ferrari that's there. The car behind him in the Porsche. Same. McDonald is just. Yeah, I'm actually thoroughly impressed with his race today. Alright, so we still got 18 cars in this race. That's pretty good that we got that many cars here. What do you guys think of the race so far? Looks like they kind of stretched out some of these gaps here now, finally, and instead of we don't have really much close action going on for position. I guess the closest one we have here is the battle of our Costa Rican friends, Tosi and Murillo, battling it out here for the P11 position. Helgert's only 0.3 of a second behind our favorite Starch, old Porsche versus new Porsche. As they're heading into the spoon curve, it looked like Helgert was going to try to take a little bit of a dive in here, but he's not going to. Let's see what he does here into the chicane, if he can get a better run out of the start. A little bit of wiggle there by him. I did not realize that the 992 Porsche doesn't have fog lamps. Boy, he was all over the back of him there. I don't know. I mean, literally was all over the back of him. I know 130R is not really the safest place to pass, but is he going through turn 18, the last curve, onto the front stretch? Does look like Pat Helgert's going to complete and make his pass. That is for the P12 position, excuse me there. So Pat's garage is Porsche. Oh, and oh my goodness, Spud was not going to take that going away, but Spud actually was the one that unfortunately took the brunt of that one. So we're going to go up to the P1, P2 position. Fourth position technically, but Vargas has yet to pit. He's the only car that has not pitted yet. Yeah, old McDonald, he's doing good. He's definitely got a Big Mac brewing today. That's for sure, DJ. I'm hoping he's sitting there thinking to himself that in all reality, while this is technically for position, it's not for position. Knowing that Vargas has yet to pit, I'm sure he sees it on his HUD that Vargas has not pitted yet, so taking an unnecessary risk at this point. God, I sound like Niki Lauda. But taking an unnecessary risk at the moment is just not worth it. Bide your time. You have 15 seconds, 15 and a half seconds to P3. So, you know, unless you're going to be held up that badly, and it doesn't matter. So, going into the hairpin, Vargas doesn't look like he's going to let it go. Yeah, he does. Okay. So going to the hairpin, Big Mac gets his double dose of P1 there and takes the P1 away from Vargas. You know what? I want to see what I'm going to click on Vargas here. So I'm looking at his lap times here. So 2:04.690. Now he's up 9 positions from where he started, but his best lap of the race was a 2:03.7. So he's basically roughly a second off his pace. That's how much his tires have unfortunately taken off of him. Jack McDonald's fastest was a 2.585, and his last lap was a 2.9. So, new tires versus old tires. I mean, he's already stretched out a gap of 1.7 seconds. And Vargas is definitely playing the long game here. Definitely playing the long game. So, man, I just can't believe how much he's already 2.7 seconds ahead of him. His delta for Jack is down right now at he's 0.7 of a second into the green. Most likely he's probably going to pull a purple lap here in a second. But his best lap was a 2:02.7. Last lap was a 2:03.6. And so he's creeping it down, so. Ooh. Took a little bit of extra curb there, I think. I feel like the meme right now is somebody do something. We got pretty big gaps all the way through the track here. We're looking at, I mean, our closest gap on the track is 4 seconds, it looks like. So yeah, it's a. Looks like Travis is in the pits. Dustin Kelly's got 2 drive-thrus in this race. Goodness gracious. Tokini got a stop and go 30. Murillo got stop and go 30. Ouch. So just about 27.5 minutes to go in this race. Big Mac up there in P1. He's 1.5 seconds off. Better on his green on his Delta. Let's see what he gets for a lap time now. Boom! New fastest lap, 2:01.4. There's your purple lap, folks. Impressive. Very impressive. Alright, so I cannot believe Vargas is not pitted yet. I just cannot believe he's not pitted yet. I love these views like this because you can just actually see what, you know, it gives you much more sense of speed when you're this close to the ground like that. This is a tricky section of the track here, so you just whoa the car down, get into this corner. Not much camber and banking in this track, so on certain corners like that, so you're putting a lot of lateral force into the car. So going into the hairpin, downshifting down into first, little bump. You can see the bumps more here too, how the car kind of dives a little bit under braking, so it's quite interesting to see. I'm going to throw this bad boy on autopilot for a little while because I'll let the computer decide what it wants to do here. As we're following along here with Cooper Tokini, he's moved his way back up to the P9 position. Unfortunately, he's lost, 6 spots from, well, his unfortunate incident of speeding in the pits and getting a stop-go 30, which has just absolutely killed him. He's still technically in P2 for his class, so that's not bad. With Vodek leading the amateur class, he's 10 seconds off of him, and just for reference, he's ran a 1.3 second faster lap than Victor has in front of him. And he's really not too far away from Drew and Darren if he gets past Vodek pretty quick, like if he can catch him. So we're looking at 2-minute laps. We've got 12 laps-ish to go. That's my wonderful math. So as the autopilot jumps us up here to P6, and Drew Jensen, he has moved up, lost a position from the start of the race here, so still a pretty solid outing for him. That is actually P6 overall and in class. Look at Hudson Hornet here. He's where'd he go here? He's getting ready to go into the final turn 18, down to turn 1, excuse me. So his last lap was a 2:02.937, which was his fastest lap of the race. a lot of these guys were running basically the same lap times they ran when they were qualifying. So good for them. Able to keep those lap times consistent. It's key. Consistency is key. Being fast helps, but consistency is definitely key. Looking over here at Miss Senora Tosi, she's going to have a little battle on her hands here pretty soon with the Pat Helger, who's catching her pretty quick like so. But she's moved up 3 spots so far tonight. Good outing for her. I think it was Manzana told me that she is actually a professional driver down in Costa Rica. I don't know if he's still in our chat or not. He could fill us in a little bit on that, but I believe he says she is a professional driver. Hey, she goes off the track because she got the battle on her hands. It's over now because he has just gone by her now. So Pat has taken away that P10 position away from Lucia there, but as I say that, Pat goes off the track. So it looks like no one really wants to race, but yet cut the lawn. Darren Cook's got a yellow flag for some reason. I don't know why. Must have went off the track. He's in the pits. Did he teleport to the pits? I'm not quite sure, but looks like Richard has moved his way up to P3, which is unique because he was talking about how he got a 201, I believe he said, in practice, thanks to the help from Johnny and Sort of Asian. And they were kind of giving him a hard time before the race and before quali started, basically stating that, you're going to win the race. And he got really pessimistic about it. He didn't really want to... wasn't beaming with confidence, let's just put it that way at that point. But, yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself. He's moved up 6 spots in the race. I mean, he's done pretty well for himself today. The Chili Moose Motorsports. All right. Looks like Spud and Dustin Kelly will be battling it out here shortly. That is really, Cooper Samuelson's 15 seconds away from Jack. Richard's 34 seconds behind him. He's got a 15-second gap to Adrian Vargas. Yeah, Hudson and Vargas are right on top of each other, so we're going to actually stick it here for a little bit. This is 4th position. This is for P4. So we're going to stay here with these two. I'm wondering, and I'm not being facetious when I say this. I'm not joking around, but I wonder if Adrian didn't take tires, because his last lap was a 2:14. So he obviously had a mistake somewhere, spun out possibly. But I don't think anybody's going to be brave enough not to take tires in this race. It's just too long, especially with the new update, new physics. It just seems like the tires, after about 45-50 minutes, definitely get to the point where... Oh, no! Jumpiest. You got to tell me who your name is, because I don't know you by your screen name. So... Oh, it's awful your gas pedal broke. I think DeRosa said something broke on his pedals, or was it his pedals or his wheel one time? You don't need to beat up your equipment, man. Good lord. Ah, Cook. Okay. That's why you went in the pits. Alright, makes sense. You teleported. I was like, wait a second, what happened here? We're down to 15 drivers left in the race. Vargas has basically a half a lap behind P2, which is the guy he's battling for the championship. As I say that, I don't know if that was a glitch. I think that was a glitch. I do not believe he actually hit the wall. I'm not going to be doing replays today because, unfortunately, last couple of races that I didn't do last week, so I apologize for not being here. Thank you, Richard, and I can't remember who else was helping out, but I still have my pedals from my TMX and the wheelbase, even though it kind of sucks, just in case my TMLCS, whatever, TLCMs or whatever they call them, break. But Manzana, are you okay? Usually at your age you shouldn't be doing that. You should be potty trained by now, bud. So as you're seeing this here, this is I'm just gonna kind of stick here because this is for position, and ironically, it's our closest battle we have on the track right now. So they're coming up to a lap car. That's Connolly there in the P14 position. Connolly's actually in P4 in his class, but they're coming up to this lap traffic, and let's see where they are. They're in Snake Turn, so they're going to be coming up to him in a spot where it'd be more advantageous for Christopher Hudson to be able to get him, because it's not going to be really good passing opportunity except for the hairpin. So if Hudson can creep up to the backside of him, he might have an opportunity coming out of the spoon and through 130R and possibly the final chicane to get that position from him here. Oh, Tokini's in the pits. What is Tokini in the pits for? Man, everything was looking so promising for Tokini today. I was pulling for him so ungodly hard. It does look like Connolly kind of went a little wide there on purpose, maybe to possibly give them an opportunity to get by him, but come on, Hudson, get up there. I want to see a battle. It looks like they both got past Connolly there in Spoon. So turn 14, now they're heading out to down to 130R. This is definitely an amazing corner when you nail it. You carry a ton of speed through it. Just dab on the brakes, downshift, full throttle, give it the beams, just go. Looks like Cooper was able to gain a little bit of time on him there. He's only, let's see. I'm not getting any data on how far somebody is behind one another. So we're at just under 16 minutes to go in the race. Hudson and Vargas battling it out for the P4 position as they turn into turn 1 and turn 2. Going through the S's, he is all over the backside of Adrian Vargas. Let's see, I want to do rear wing. There we go. Kind of see how this is actually heating up. You see all the debris on his wing and on his spoiler there. The tire chunks, the marbles that you see on the tracks and the corners. These nice little touch of, authenticity that they throw there in the game. This is such a beautiful game, though. I really wish they would have much better damage model, though, but I understand. So there you go. You see what Manzana says down there. Little Apple says that she is, in fact, a professional race car driver, and she and her family have a Toyota Corolla race car. I'm assuming it's probably not the same Corollas that we get here in the States, because there's no way in the world I'd be racing my 2022 Toyota Corolla. It's not fast. See Christopher kind of take a little dip in there on him. But Adrian got an amazing start off the out of the spoon corner going into 130R, but this battle looks like it's coming to fruition too. Vadik and Drew Jensen are starting to get close to each other. Jensen's only a second and a half behind him. I'm just hoping I can get some of these guys in actually for an interview after the race. Let's see here. So for the amateur division, Vargas and Cooper Samuelson. Still, it's flipped. Cooper Samuelson's going to be number 1 right now, and Vargas is going to be number 2. Yeah, it's definitely heating up here, so you see Vodek is trying his best to get past car number 52, which is Ian Ludscombe. Put a gap between him and Drew behind. Let's go back up to Vargas and Hudson here, battling it out for the P4 position. Alright, let's see here. I was trying to figure out if I could do it quick enough without taking up much of the screen, but I'm not going to do that. So with 12 minutes and a half to go in the race, I know Vargas is just screaming at himself now. I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to catch him. Got a white flag on McDonald, but I'm assuming it's because he was passing a lap vehicle. But as I say that, going out of the last curve, Cooper Christopher has made the pass. Hudson has made the pass onto Vargas going down to the start-finish straight into turn 1. Let's see here. Is he going to be able to continue and hold that position, or is Vargas going to be able to fight back and try to regain that P4 from him? But as we speak, Christopher Hudson has taken the P4 position away from Adrian Vargas. Good news for both of them is they can battle it out for a little while, because Vodek is down there in P6, but he has got quite a ways to go, 13 seconds to catch them. So and where is our girl? Let's see, we're just going to take a quick peek at her since we were talking about her. Lucia Tosi, up 4 positions from her starting spot. Good for her. Top 10 overall. She would be in P8 in her class. So top 10 overall, P8 in class. So good for her. Good race in her part tonight. Good to see that she's getting up there in the good points haul for her. And we'll just take another quick little look at Jack McDonald, Big Mac himself, with his special sauce leading the race basically start to finish, other than when he had to box to fulfill his pit stop. It has been all McDonald, all race. Good for you. Old McDonald had a car, E-I-E-I-O. And on his car he went way fast, E-I-E-I-O. And we're going to go back up here to down to Christopher Hudson here and Vargas. They're still only separated by 1 second. The fastest McNugget in the East. He's on the dollar menu, man. Do you guys have... What do you guys call the dollar menu down in Costa Rica? I think up here they call it the $1, $2, and $3 menu or something stupid like that. All right. We have a battle heating up for the P10 position here too. We got Spud Stewart and Dustin Kelly within 0.7 of a second of each other. Looks like Tocchini had another foray with an off-track excursion, and it just keeps getting worse and worse for him here. Went a little deep, did he go? I tell you what, when I lived in Italy, I eat a lot of McDonald's now because I usually get up here. We have their points thing, and they have deals every day, which you get a free medium fry. So you buy like a cheeseburger, which is like $2.10, and then you get a soda for $1.10. So basically, I get a cheeseburger, medium fries, and a soda for $3.25 roughly. Can't beat it. But yeah, it's when we lived in Italy, I really didn't eat much McDonald's up until this point, and I hope that Costa Rican colon is not pronounced like, you know, the body part. But anywho, yeah, when we lived in Italy, I started craving McDonald's because, you know, you have it on basically every street corner here. But yeah, DJ, you're not kidding, especially for a guy like me who doesn't have a gallbladder. The Costa Rican colon cleanse is what you call it. But I'm assuming the ingredients are different overseas than they are here. So I mean, I know EU has all these rules about you know, additives in your food and whatnot. So yeah, boy, this race is going late. Again, it's a 90-minute race, so yeah. Well, if I knew where my phone was, I'd do a quick search to see how much a Costa Rican colon is to a US dollar. Holy crap. It's 533 Costa Rican colons or colons, or however you pronounce it, to the $1 US. Holy smokes. So we are winding down. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this race. Again, it's McDonald, Samuelson, followed by Harkinen, P3. At what we are going at right now, it looks like Cooper Samuelson is going to win the championship, barring him going crazy. It does look like Tocchini, I'll have to look this up and see what the points are at the end of the race, but I believe Tocchini might actually pull off the win in the amateur class, or rookie class, excuse me. So but not a bad finish for Richard. Richard himself, like I said, he was very pessimistic before this race, but not a bad race for him. I started up in P9, he's up into P3. Not a bad podium for him. I'm sure he'll take it. He's not going to complain. The good news is a lot of this data that these guys are going to have from running this 90-minute race, because some of us, you know, have children and whatnot. We can't really spend a ton of time doing a ton of practice, and not many people have probably done, you know, an hour and a half stint just to see what the tires are like and whatnot. So there's going to be a lot of data that these other drivers from the Pro and Silver class are going to be able to extract, or try to extract, from these drivers tonight. Richard going a little wide there, but as we are creeping down to 5 minutes to go in this race, it looks like it's all McDonald, all Samuelson for the championship. McDonald is... Where is Mc... I didn't... You know what? I wasn't paying attention to see where McDonald was in the championship standings for the amateur class. McDonald is in P3. Oh, wow. Yeah, this actually... No, well, Samuelson's going to win it. I believe Samuelson's going to win it. I don't know what the point structure is off the top of my head. I know it's double points tonight. McDonald's in 78 points. And Vargas and Samuelson are in 92 points. So you're looking at a 14-point difference. It's not going to be close. It's not going to work for him, I don't think. Let's see. Let's see. Where is... I'm trying to... where the hell is it? Series information, quality... what are the points? What are points? I'm just trying to find points real quick. So I can see where the points are. Points, come on. Alright, let's go down to points. I'm trying to do this real quick, guys. I should know this and I don't. I'm terrible, I'm sorry. Alright, so point system is 22 points for P1, so it'd be 44 points and 19 points for P2. Let's see, and you get 2 points for fastest lap, so we're looking at... Where are we at here? So it'd be 44, 22, is 100, 122, 14, is it 14? 19. 38. Yeah, it's gonna be McDonald's. Even he would need Samuelson to drop a position here, and that's just not gonna happen. So. Sorry, I was trying to do quick math. So we're at 2 minutes to go in the race, 2 minutes to go in season. And we are winding down with a heck of a finish here for Jack McDonald. We're going to go ahead and jump on Jack here for the last 2 minutes of this race as he's going through turn 11 and now to 200R. What's Abdullah? Almost there. 1 minute to go. It's gonna be probably we're gonna get one more lap in here for for McDonald. And see if we can get both Coopers in for interviews today here. Alright, so as we are winding down with 33 seconds to go in the race, the final lap of the race, the penultimate lap of the season, it's coming down to the very end for, Jack just needed Richard to take P2 away, and Jack would be the series champion, but it's just not going to be in the cards for him today. Even, wow, do you know what? He's got the fastest lap, so he gets 2 more points too. So, someone's going to have to do the math real quick for me. Is Cooper going to be the champion? I don't know off the top of my head. I really don't. So, as we are finally winding down, the race timer is over. Final lap of the race. McDonald's winding around turn 11. Heading out of the hairpin itself, going to 200R to finish the season on a high note, as high as you probably can get, with an epic dominating start to finish win for him. Vargas had a yellow flag there. That's why I jumped to him. I didn't know if he had an incident on track, so we're just going to go ahead and go back to Jack so we can follow him for his final lap. Oh, a little bit of an oversteer there, but he was able to settle the vehicle, heading down into 130R, 190, and into turn 16, 17, and 18 to finish the season on a high note. Someone do the math. Is he going to be the champion or not? I need to know this. So, winding around, turn 18, the last curve of the season, flashing his lights, taking the checker flag. That is Jack McDonald. P1 today. Fantastic race for him. P2 is just rounding the Castillo Triangle into the final chicane. Cooper Samuelson coming in P2. This might be a championship winning drive for him today. We have Richard Harknett coming through and finishing in P3. He's only on the back stretch, not even to 130R yet. Shows you how far they are ahead of these cars. Those two, especially Jack, just has so much pace tonight. Going into the final chicane, Richard Harknett's going to finish on the podium. Congratulations to him. A good race. Ooh, a little upset. Car got a little upset over the curb there. But that is a P3 finish for Richard Harknett. And Christopher Hudson in P4. He's pretty much got it wound up, ready to go, going through the final chicane in the Castillo Triangle, heading onto the start-finish straight. Very slow. Did he run out of fuel? It doesn't matter. It looks like he's still going to get it. So Christopher Hudson, P4. Vadik coming in at P5 as he's rounding the final turn onto the front start-finish line. Give us a little flashy flash. P5 for him. P1 class winner Vadik. Drew Jensen into P6. Adrian Vargas is going to finish P7. Doesn't really matter if he technically, goes full out because everybody else has gotten the checkered flag. So good for you guys. Unfortunately, that might be P2 or P3 in the points. I think that's actually going to be P3 for him in the points. Gutted for him. But that is going to wrap up this race. Let's see if I can get some drivers in here for a interview, and we can go from there. So let's see if I can get some people here, guys. Alright, let's go down here to our thing here. Let's see. I'm pulling Jack here first. Jack, congratulations on the win. Were you bored?
It was, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, I forget what the name is, but he was hanging in there at the beginning.
Alright, so you were in P3 in points.
Yes.
I'm trying to do the math real quick. My math is not my strongest suit. You were P3 in points, or P4, excuse me. 78 points. He was at 92. It's double points. So you got 44 points plus 2 extra points for fastest lap. So you got 46 points. So what's that? 78 plus 46. So that's 80, 120, something. Oh, it's going to be close.
Yeah, I knew.
I need my calculator.
Yeah.
So 78 plus 44 plus 44, that is 122 points. He had 92 plus, where did he finish second? So 19. And then he was at what points again? Oh goodness, I'm sorry, I'm holding you up. But
92. No, you're good.
this is kind of important though.
Yeah.
92.
I need to look at it myself.
Oh, you just missed out. He had 130 points.
Did I-
So you got P2 in the championship, but not
No.
bad. I know, but not bad though. And you started the race in P4. You moved all the way up to P2 by 8 points. You missed out.
Yeah.
Only 8 points. But how was your race other than basically being bored? How were your tires?
It was great. I was trying to, I guess, save them the whole time. So I was doing, a few seconds up on what I could be doing. Just trying to save them because I knew, like, especially in my car and my setup, the second I start losing them, it's hard to keep it on track. So, yeah, it was great. Great track. Great season, too. I'm excited for next season.
Well, again, congratulations. Yeah. You moving up to silver next year? Or next season?
I don't know. It depends on where you guys place me, I guess.
I'm
I'm down for silver, though.
It ain't up to me. But
Yeah.
again, congratulations, P2 for the season. Finished the season on a high note, P1, running away with it start to finish. I think you're only in P2 for one lap. So, again, congratulations, and see you in a couple weeks, man.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too. Let's see if we can get the champion in here. Cooper!
What's up?
You want to know what you you won the championship, so congratulations. You want to know how many points you won it by?
How many?
8.
No, that's actually really low.
Yes,
Whoa.
it was really close. I literally I was trying to do math in my head and it wasn't working, so I had to finally pull up the calculator. But yeah, you made it by 8 points, so congratulations on this series
Let's
win.
go. Thank you.
Now-
It feels really good.
Now you're going to have some fun with these silver drivers next season, right?
I hope so. Yeah.
All right. Well, how was your race other than finishing P2? How'd it go for you?
I mean, it was pretty uneventful. Kind of boring. But I mean, I stayed consistent and like it landed me P2, which I'm pretty proud of.
Well, not only did it land you P2, but it landed you the championships. You and
Yo,
Vargas
yeah,
were
that
tied,
too.
So going into this
Forgot
race,
about
so
that.
yeah, so you and Vargas were tied going into this to the race, and you came out
Hell
on
yeah.
top. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Have a beer on me.
I don't know about that.
All right. Well, again, congratulations, and see you in a couple weeks, man.
Thank you.
All right. There's your series champion there. I'm going to try bringing in the series champion, Cooper Tokini. So here comes Cooper Tokini. Cooper!
Hello, hello.
Hello. I brought your brother from another mother with the same name in just before you. First and foremost, congratulations on your championship.
Thank you. I was actually unsure if I was going to get it after that result.
You just had to finish. You were 112.5. He was at 121. He bowed out of the race. So, yeah, you won the championship. So, what would you end up finishing the race at? Oh, great. I took it off. But it doesn't matter because even at P5, you got 12, so 24 points. So, yeah, that would have put you at 36 and a half. So, 136 and a half. So, congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, just got dropped in the middle of the race. All the cars were frozen and then disconnected.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had trouble connecting before qualifying. I got dropped, I think, during practice. And just during the race, I was doing really well. I was like, please don't let it happen again.
Oh, man.
And I was able to join back. I had to be sitting in the pit lane for a good 2 or 3 minutes, and then my setup was reset to default, so I had to manage that.
I
just
did.
wanted to-
Yeah, I did see that you got a stop go 30 for you were speeding the pits, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I did a lot of practice laps today, and that's why I was doing good times. One thing I did not practice was the pit entry, so I didn't realize how quickly it comes up on you.
Well, it makes sense because I saw that you went back in the pits. I'm like, "Man, what? Did he get damage or whatnot? And was your missus not watching tonight?
No, she's on a work trip this week.
Oh, because I was calling her out. I'm like, you need to get it in his ear and say, finish the race no matter what. Mr. Blythe there in P1, he actually got That's the easiest way to put this. Teed off on, and he dropped out after that. Plus, he's over there across the pond too, so it's a little late for him to be running this long. But again, man,
Right.
congratulations on the P1 and winning the rookie class this session. So you're probably going to be bumping up to the AM class next season.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
Good deal, man. Just out of dumb curiosity, was it Steam not connecting, or was it the game dropping you?
I think it's the game. I don't know. Earlier, it was I had like difficulty, like it just wasn't pulling up the server list in the server browser, and then also Awesome Sim Racing wasn't connecting, so it could just be my internet being glitchy. I don't know. I've never had internet problems, but
Okay, yeah, just reason why I asked. I had an issue yesterday where my Steam wouldn't connect, so I had to like do a whole network reset and everything to get it to connect. So I didn't know if that was the case. I never had it happen before, but man, it sucks. But good for you to come back in because that got you a championship. I know it hurt you sit there waiting for that, but again, congratulations on your championship. Enjoy it. Tell the missus when she calls you later that you won, and again, congratulations.
sure thing. Thank you. Let's see you next season.
Yes, sir. See you next season. And that'll finish us off for this season of the amateur and rookie class, guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining me and joining us tonight for the final race of the season. Very happy to say congratulations to our champions, the Coopers. All right, both of them won their respective classes. Congratulations on McDonald for winning the race. Just want to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors who help provide things for us here. That'd be Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. Zero sugars, zero fillers, and only 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins, loaded with brain-enhancing nootropics to keep you at optimal levels. Make the switch to a better tasting, better mixing, and more effective energy drink brand. Use code Odyssey Racing for 10% off at your checkout. We have Esports Furnitures. They are the leading provider in high-quality esports gaming furniture and gaming peripherals. If you're to complete your gaming room setup, so as gaming enthusiasts as us, we understand it is hard, the pain points when trying to find a perfect piece for your gaming setup. This has the quality and the price. Their mission is to provide you with the most comfortable and confidence to not only elevate your gaming performance, but also your entire gaming experience. Esports Furniture was founded on the pure and simple goal of delivering the finest equipment at affordable prices to meet your unique needs as a gamer. So you can use the code Odyssey Racing League for 10% off there. Again, big shout out to our sponsor for Ghost Setups. That's what our esports teams uses. And ACC Drive and ACC TV, that's what I use to broadcast the race for you guys tonight. So give a shout out to them. Pull up Mr. Pig on Discord, talk to him. He'll get you guys all set up. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your week. Be sure to jump in tomorrow and watch the Pro and Silver class for another 90 minutes of Suzuka. Thanks again. Have a great evening. Good night.